Tips with Tim.
And welcome back to a special Mulan edition of Tips with Tim, the show where I show you drawing tips. I'm recording this on June 19th, 2023, and 25 years ago today, Disney released its wonderful animated film, Mulan, and I was lucky enough to be part of the storyboard team, and I worked with some wonderful people. It was an amazing experience. I can't say enough good things about it, and I learned so much. It was my first feature film as a storyboard artist, and one of the things I learned was about clarity. And I know I've talked about clarity before, but it's Mulan's anniversary, so I wanted to share some things with you. Now, this is a scene I did with when Mulan was entering the army camp for the first time. You remember she had just met Mushu, and he was telling her how to act like a man. And he's sitting up on her shoulder, and he's saying, you know, put your chest out and spread your feet apart and do the man walk. So he's ordering her about, and she's trying to follow his rules. And then I staged this pretty clearly. As you can see, I had this nice big open area, you know, for her to be silhouetted against, and the gate on this side. So she steps into the camp, and immediately, as soon as I drew this, I knew I'd made a mistake. This drawing was not as clear as I needed it to be. It didn't pass what we call the across the room test. Can you tell what is going on in the drawing if you see it pinned up across the room? Now, if you look at these ones behind me, most of them are pretty clear. Even though they're pretty small to you, you can see what's going on. That's a good test. The ones that maybe not so clear, I probably should have needed to redraw. But that's what I set to do on this one. This line of where the gate is just cuts right through her, and especially right in here where we're supposed to be looking with Mushu and her face, the line interrupts Mushu's hand. I had to not draw the line in there, and it was just really, really not as clear as it needed to be. So I quickly redrew it. Same thing, I just pretty much traced it again and pushed her over a little bit to be silhouetted better against the gate there. And if you notice, in this drawing, I shaded her in a little bit just to increase her silhouette value against the background. And then she walked over here. I just left her blank, so the white color of the paper stood out against the darker of the gate. Now, in the final animation, that would be up to the color stylist to make sure her color stood out against the background on either side of that. But for storyboard purposes, I altered that just to make sure she was clear in both panels. So when you're doing your storyboards, this one simple test can tell you if your drawings are clear enough. Look at them from across the room. Either step back from your monitor, maybe print them out and look at them in a small printout, and you can tell whether they're clear and the action's clear and the staging's clear and the acting is clear. Tune in again next time. As you know, I've got a full and complete set of TV storyboarding lessons at creatureartteacher.com. The link's below. Like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And we'll see you next time. Thanks.
Tips with Tim.